Next month in Saudi Arabia, Tyson Fury will attempt to establish himself as the unchallenged champion of the heavyweight class in a long overdue matchup with former pound-for-pound King Alexander. Both combatants and followers of Usyk are split on who will prevail in the historic matchup, despite the fact that many have written off Usyk's prospects because of Fury's considerable advantages in height and reach. As the youngest boxer to ever win a world heavyweight belt, Mike Tyson will go down in history. But he failed to bring all the belts together to become the indisputable champion, which is something that both Fury and Usyk could discuss when they talk about sports. The combatant, who is regarded as the world's toughest man, gave Fury high marks. "I have the utmost regard for Tyson Fury, even though he has repeatedly shown that he is the greatest. I also admire Deontay Wilder. Until someone else steps forward, he is the champion, has been for a while, and will remain so for as long as he pleases." As for a forecast, it's not shocking to learn that Iron will likely win should the uncontested battle go. Given that he was a lesser heavyweight himself, Mike said he doesn't base his decision on size differences. "No one is ever too little in my opinion." Simply said, I don't believe Tyson will follow Anthony Joshua's example. I believe he will just go out and exert a great deal of pressure on him. The public's opinion of the fight appears to be split between Fury's size and sophisticated pressure, and Usyk's movement and class. Fury has told pro boxing fans that he will support his fellow Brit to finish the job in a devastating manner should the historic bout not go through. I think Fury vs. Usyk is a great fight that is short and sweet, but I also think Fury is too big for him. I believe Usyk will be smart from the start, but eventually Tyson Fury will come in, lean on him, bully him, and start hitting him with blows. He'll also hit him with a few uppercuts, just like he did to Dillian Whyte. And I believe it will be the fight that ends there because he's just too strong and large. Fury knocks him out, in my opinion. Sean Porter thinks Shaw Warrior could think about pulling out of the historic fight due to the enormity of the challenge at hand. You look at a guy like Tyson Fury, a guy who has been around this track so many times. I think that a fighter will get to a point where they see the hardest night ahead of them. And they're like men, the former WBC welterweight champion said Pro Box TV. I just had a lot of those difficult evenings. I won't have such a difficult night. We do know that Tyson Fury is a talented entertainer. Tyson Fury went for Francis Ngannou because they are the kind of bouts he is searching for, based on what we know about him. That is, he wants things to be his way or no way. He is searching for opportunities that will get him the wealth, the status, and the knighthood for which he will no longer need to put in a lot of training. Eddie Hearn, the promoter of Anthony Joshua, has provided details on how his client may bypass the line and the repeat floor designs.
I think Tyson Fury wins the fight. I mean, it all depends on if what we saw in the Ngannou fight was just him not taking it seriously, or if it was him in decline, he's going to have a tough night against Usyk. I think he's going to be too big in that fight. If he's switched on, if he trains properly, which you'd expect him to do and be, I expect him to win. But you can't rule out Alexander Usyk. It's a tremendous heavyweight clash. Another massive fight in Saudi Arabia, and great for the heavyweight division and great for boxing that we're seeing that undisputed.
Speaking about fight excitement, Hassan Roman will always be competent to remark on the heavyweight category of boxing. When asked whether Alexander Usyk could defeat Tyson Fury in their highly anticipated bout, the Rockroy gave a resounding yes. I believe that Usyk is the best heavyweight fighting right now, he said. Fury, in my opinion, imitates Usyk, and he's had great success doing so by going up against sluggish heavyweights who don't really box that way. Usyk is more adept at boxing than Fury is at everything. Belu's last fight before retirement was against Usyk, the former cruiserweight world champion. In the 8th round, he was eliminated, giving the Ukrainian a 200 lba triumph in the end. Belu altered his forecast for the undisputed fight before he launched his heavyweight campaign, winning the unified championships from Anthony Joshua and securing his current status. He explained everything to Joe. I always thought Fury was going to be too big, he said, but the closer this was going to be too big, the closer this was going to be too big, adding, I actually side with Usyk the closer this is drawn. I believe that Usyk is the only opponent he can defeat. I would say this about Tyson Fury. Ever since he joined Sugar Hill, he has really improved his style. He's evolved into a powerful pressure counterpuncher, instead of a fighter with feathers in his hands. It's among the finest fighter makeovers I've ever seen, in my opinion. He's grown into a large, awkward, dangerous heavyweight, instead of the massive, awkward heavyweight I always assumed he would be. Belu now feels that Usyk is the only guy who can defeat Fury, and that his stature will work to his advantage, rather than the British. He went on to say that, contrary to many expectations, the main issue is that he would always lag behind Alexander Usyk at that weight and stature. Usyk's feet are just amazing. He has the best footwork in the world. I can see why Fury is considered the favorite heading in, but Alexander Usyk has the speed to constantly dash in and out of the ring, the fitness to be competitive, and the intelligence to counterpunch Fury. The cruiserweight Steve Cunningham dropped him after he pushed him the hardest he had ever done. If you think Steve Cunningham's style is difficult, you should wait to face Alexander Usyk in the ring, my friend. Top trainer Billy Nelson talks about future bouts, shares his thoughts on the Usyk versus Fury bout, and shares his knowledge of different boxers and pairings.
Because I know for a fact, before that fight that got cancelled there, he was looking brilliant. Absolutely brilliant in the gym. And I unfortunately got that cut.
So you would expect more of the same. I mean, certainly the pictures we've seen of him, he looks in great shape.
He looks in good shape. He looks in much better shape.
Are you willing to pick a winner between Fury and Usyk?
Oh, Fury will beat him. Fury will
Very
stop
confident.
him. I'll stop him. I think he'll stop him.
When asked about the unification fight, which is scheduled for February 17 for the heavyweight championship, Anthony Joshua responded, "I don't know. I'm Team Usyk. I think he's a phenomenal fighter. I think he has a great team around him." Fury may have repeatedly insulted Joshua in the past, but Joshua's public support of the Ukrainian fighter is not surprising. "I don't know, but I'm Team Usyk anyway. There's respect, but Fury said a lot of bad things about me I'm never going to ride with." So when Joshua put Usyk on the back foot and tried to use his size instead of standing and trying to be a bit of a chess match, the former British champion feels that the man from Moram is too big and too experienced for the Ukrainian, who was fighting a weight below not too long ago. He told ID Boxing how he sees it playing out when Joshua trained Usyk in the second fight. One of Tyson Fury's greatest strengths is using his size to his advantage. He towered over Derek Chisora when I saw him fight. I'm a touch taller than Tyson Fury, but I gave up some height when I fought. He's skilled at playing the big guy, and I really believe he'll be a big man. Usyk, based on their training and preparation, I believe he'll lean all over him, fight dirty, and likely win a scrappy battle. Zhao Zhang makes a prediction on Tyson Fury versus Alexander Usyk's fight result.
I think it all depends on what type of training camp they have and what type of preparation both of the fighters do in their training camp. If Tyson Fury fights the same way and prepared the same way he prepared for Ngannou, I think it's going to be a long night for Tyson. But if he trains hard and take care of his life, take care of his routine, I think he's got it. He's taller, his reach is longer, and he's more flexible. I just do believe he had so many physical advantages over Alexander Usyk. So I think if in a perfect world, I'm leaning forward to Tyson Fury.
Commenting on what is perhaps the most anticipated bout in the sport, former 2-weight world champion Ricky Hatton is selecting a certain winner. The fact that the former champion is choosing his buddy and fellow countryman Fury may not come as a surprise. He told Beanie Man News, "I see nothing of the past. Tyson, since Usyk is the reigning cruiserweight heavyweight champion of the world and an Olympic gold medalist, I honestly don't see him losing to anybody. But if anyone has a chance to defeat Tyson, it's Usyk. I just believe that Fury outperforms him in every way. He is larger, heavier, stronger, and more agile than Tyson. He can also engage in close-quarters southpaw or orthodox fighting." Johnny Nelson, a former cruiserweight champion, said to Sky Sports Boxing that Usyk must demonstrate that he can overcome Fury's significant physical advantages. Usyk is regarded as one of the smartest fighters in the world, but Nelson confidently believes that Fury will be too cerebral, even for the Ukrainian, as he said, "In my view, Tyson Fury wins, in my opinion, because he is too large, too powerful, and too astute both inside and beyond the ring. If he attempts any of the classic mind tricks, I believe it will be misinterpreted. Fighting is about the build-up to it, the mental element of it, and how you approach it. Usyk won't be aware of that. Usyk must demonstrate that he can bring down Tyson Fury regardless of Fury's size, since the former has established himself as a formidable combatant. However, I'm siding with Tyson Fury in this one. In light of a possible undisputed heavyweight bout between Tyson Fury and Alexander Usyk, trainer Shane McGann has chimed in and believes Fury will prevail. Using the technique effectively means firing into the opponent's body, keeping it in the middle of the ring, and keeping him backed up. Usyk enjoys setting the pace and taking center stage. I'm going to use my physicality and size to wear him down and make him feel that weight if I'm Tyson Fury. Advantage: Fury wins on points, in my opinion, but it's still possible for the Ukrainian to win all the belts if you predict Fury to win. Given his capacity to win and his ability to find a way to win, he has a very good chance. What do you think of this fight? He has trick after trick, and he can adapt and offer something fresh. But the question is if he can maintain it for the whole 12 rounds. If you like this video, please let us know in the comments area below. Check out some of our other videos on the screen right now, and don't forget to subscribe.